78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash the like button and hit the subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. All right, so somebody sent me a short of Keyshawn Davis out here whining and talking about how he's retired from the sport of boxing. If y'all want to see him back in the ring, you need to talk to his promoters and all this type of stuff, right? This is why I can't stand these little dudes, man. Straight up, man. This is why I don't like none of these little dudes, man. Like they all got this weird little vibe. They all think it's okay to be liars and capping, and they call it trolling and stuff like this, right? Everybody excuses these attention-seeking tactics that girls used to do back in my day. Now boys, like little dudes, is using attention-seeking tactics. You know what I'm saying? Running around here. Oh, I'm retired. Shakur Stevenson has pulled this cap before, saying he retired, and I told y'all he was lying. And of course, he came back to fight, right? Now you're hearing reports that Tank Davis, Tank has already said that he wants to retire, get his money and get out the sport. He's been saying that for a while, saying he's ready to retire. But then reports came out that he was going to retire. Then you got, now you got Keyshawn Davis talking about he's going to retire. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, just go sit down there, bro. Like, y'all dudes is worse than ever, bro. Sit down. If you don't, nobody forcing you to fight. See, I'm going to tell you what this is. This is what it is. This is attention seeking. All right. When men want to feel like they're important, or they want to know how many people rock with them, or they want some praise or something, the same stuff they do on YouTube. Yeah, man, I'm out of here, man. I'm finna leave, man. I ain't making no more YouTube videos, which is all cap. Anybody who ever said they leaving YouTube and they ain't making no more videos, every last one of them come back. Now, the people who you got to worry about is the ones who just disappear. You be like, hey, whatever happened to such and such? I don't know. Now, when you finally get up with that person, then you realize he got tired of YouTube and left. He didn't say bye to nobody. He just dipped on up out of here. All them announcements and all this stuff, man, it's all for attention. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Everybody, like I said, who I ever heard say they retiring from YouTube, ain't nobody ever actually done it. Eventually, they come back, all right? But anyway, Keyshawn Davis got into it. The people got angry with Keyshawn. The community got angry when getting hot up in this car. The community got angry with Keyshawn when they jumped on that fighter, his last opponent. When they jumped on him in Keyshawn's hometown, or they jumped on his brother's opponent, I should say, his brother's opponent, and it was a lot of misunderstanding and conception about what happened, and some people say they jumped him, and then they say it wasn't really jumping them. They just, one of them attacked them. It's just, I don't know. Who cares, right? At the end of the day, it was a stupid crash out move by Keyshawn and his brothers for y'all to be in y'all hometown, and everybody's there to see y'all brothers fight and support y'all, and Top Rank is putting on for you on some Black Star Power stuff, right? And I'm proud. I'm low-key proud of Top Rank. Like, look at Top Rank trying to do something, you know what I mean? Trying to put it on for some brothers, And I thought Keyshawn, the businessman, had a good potential of being one of the biggest stars in the sport of boxing. But, his arrogance got in the way. You know what I'm saying? He started feeling himself, and he went out there and crashed out. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. He went out there and crashed out. Now, in other news, Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh are still trying to overturn. I think they're still trying to. I don't think they put it off yet. Trying to overturn the Ali Act. Now, the Ali Act is meant to protect fighters from the corrupt business of boxing. With the mob running boxing back in the day, and the corrupt shadiness going on, where the fighters were basically getting robbed. That's why the Ali Act came into play. And, it's named after Muhammad Ali. So the fact that Dana White, who hasn't been in boxing, wants to come into boxing and remove the Ali Act so that he can do to boxing what he's doing in UFC, which is robbing the fighters. The UFC fighters, sure, they happy if you get them $1 million, $5 million, and you know what I'm saying. You done sold 3 or 4 million pay-per-views, and they happy to get $5 million, right? They're like, wow, $5 million bucks. But boxers know that you sell 1 million pay-per-views, brother. Somebody owe me $30 million. And Dana White can't see himself giving a guy $30 million. He can't. He got that in his blood. You know what I'm saying? He just can't see himself giving somebody that kind of money. So he wants to come into boxing. Dana White has always looked at boxing as some type of like a situation where he can come in and take advantage, right? He feels that he can come in and take advantage, and it's an opening there. And criminals have always looked at the sport of boxing as a lick for them, you know. Boxing attracts the criminal element. That's just what it does, because there's so many ways you can make money, so many ways to hide money, so many ways to scam, so many different ways to take advantage of young up-and-coming fighters. And that's what Dana White is up to right now. Now, we talked about this before, how absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, I like Turki Al-Sheikh. I like what Turki is doing as far as putting the money on the wood. You know what I'm saying? He's making these guys fight because he's putting the money out there. And but this is the problem. The guys who yes, Turki is paying these guys a lot of money, and that's helping to make a lot of good fights. Same thing Al Heyman was doing back in the day, right? But this is the problem. A duck is still going to be a duck. Even with all the money Turki is paying, now you got guys like Gervonta Ennis. I mean, it is what it is. You got him. This dude turned down hellified fights. You know what I'm saying? Boots turning down fights. Then you got guys like Teofimo Lopez. I mean, you can't get a greater duck than Teo. This dude has been offered. He did all that crying with Top Rank. Oh, I ain't never made $1 million. I ain't never this and that. Turki come in and offer this man like 11 mil, and the man turned down the fight. And you talking all this crap about black fighters, and they finna give you $11 million to fight Devin Haney, and you say no, right? Then you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, bro. So Teofimo Lopez, another duck. You know what I'm saying? And he turned out hell of 5 more fights. Then you got guys like Canelo Alvarez. Yes, Canelo has fought a lot of people. I'm not saying he ain't fought a lot of people, but the fights that we want to see, you basically got to beg Canelo to get him to do it. And we still ain't fought David Benavidez. The man still ain't fought David Benavidez, right? Let's see. He still ain't fought David Benavidez, and I don't know what that's about, other than the fact that he a coward. Because Turki got the bag for him. Everybody got the bag for Canelo to fight Benavidez, but he's afraid. You know, it's not that the fight's not a big fight. It's not David Benavidez hasn't done nothing to get the fight. None of that makes sense. We all know that those are lies. What it is he don't think he can beat David Benavidez, so he's ducking the man. And that's just what it is, bottom line. And also, you got, of course, y'all boy, Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? I understand he's going through some problems right now and all that, but he just started going through that. I mean, this stuff been going on for years with this guy. You can't get this guy to fight nobody if we want to see him fight. And then you got idiots out here talking about Tank Davis is a Hall of Famer. And bro, don't quote Timothy Bradley to me, y'all. Don't quote Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley is one of the biggest jigs the history of the world, right? And because he says something that everybody agree with every once in a while, don't mean we need to be running around here quoting Timothy Bradley. Tim Bradley have been cooking Gervonta Davis for years. But the only reason Tim Bradley is acting like he rock with Tank right now is because Timothy Bradley is a holdout from the Turkey. Tim Bradley is a holdout. He not with the Turkey takeover. You know what I'm saying? And so when Tank is saying no, I'm not going over there, Tim Bradley like, yeah, Tank, yeah. So he trying to act like he riding with Tank right now, but that's only because when Top Rank is finally done with ESPN, they won't have a home, and Tim Bradley most likely ain't gonna have a job. You see what I'm saying? That's why he's trying to make his transition into YouTube right now, and he's saying outlandish things on YouTube trying to blow up. You know what I mean? The more crazy, stupid stuff you say, then the more people share your videos. That's how it works. You work backwards on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it's a good strategy. It's a smart strategy if you like to help your channel. When you first coming into the boxing game, a lot of these guys, what they do is they attach themselves to the most popular boxers like Canelo, Tank Davis. Those are the most popular boxers. So that's the easiest way to get subs, is to deride those particular fighters. Let me turn this up. Just do. If you deride those particular fighters, then you'll get those fan bases over on your channel. So it's a con game that Tim Bradley and a lot of these other guys are running right now. Tim don't even like Tank. But y'all goofies, y'all gonna be right on his page. Yeah, Tim agrees that Tank is a Hall of Famer. No, he's not, bro. I mean, you can call him a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I guess you can say that since Arturo Gotti's in the Hall of Fame. So, Rocky Balboa, a fictional character, is in there. So I guess you can say Tank is in there. But if we talking about, put it this way, he ain't an all-time great. Now, that's what I do know. He ain't an all-time great. You know what I'm saying? He might be somewhere in the, if I had to rank the top 200 fighters of all time, he'd be in the top 200. You know what I'm saying? He'll be in the top 200. You know what I mean? But he ain't going to be in the top 50 at all. Nowhere near. I can name 50 fighters easily throughout boxing history that's better than Tank. I probably can name 100 off the top of my head. Now, if I really sat down and thought about it, Tank might be somewhere between like 150 and 200. You know what I'm saying? When you go through all these fighters, you know what I'm saying? He might be somewhere up in there. Tank Davis has the potential to be one of the greatest fighters of all time if he is good as people say he is. But he got to go out and prove it. That's all you got to do, like every other great fighter had to do. Canelo Alvarez, just the same thing with him. Just go out there and prove it. You fought a bunch of people, but now fight David Benavidez. That's your fight. Canelo is so afraid of legacy. That's your fight right there. You're going to have to bleed to get that victory, though, and you know it. And he ain't ready to do that. Canelo ain't ready to bleed to get that victory, bro. So that's why, we in this situation with Canelo. But, I'm totally against Turkey and Dana White having a monopoly and reversing the Ali Act. Saying they need to step in there and protect the fighters. Dana White think he gonna be able to get this off because he's friends with Donald Trump. So they trying to get a lot of shenanigans going on. But like I say, any fighter that go over there and fight with TKO and you ain't got no protection, like, hey. And then listening to what Dana White said very carefully, he said, we're gonna focus on prospects. We're gonna focus on the prospects, building fighters from the grassroots. Now that sounds like they finna start helping these young amateur fighters and all that. That sounds admirable, but that's not what it's. To me, what it really sounds like to me is they're going after guys who don't have the knowledge, don't have the managers and teams to have the knowledge to protect themselves. They finna go after guys who they can take advantage of. Now, and that's been going on in boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's been going on for a while in boxing. But yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, hopefully they're not allowed to overturn the Ali Act. No sanctioning body should be able to do should support anything they're doing. In my opinion, boxing is doing just fine. We don't need Dana White. Dana White need to focus on the UFC. If you want to do some boxing stuff, fine. Have a boxing league of the Ultimate Fighting Championship or something like that. But with this TKO Promotions stuff you're trying to do, it's about to be ridiculous. And then people saying, oh no, it's going to be better than 78 because with this, all the fighters going to have to fight each other. Dana White going to make all the guys fight each other. Yeah, but you have to be signed up to TKO for that to happen. Right? So the guys who want to duck still going to duck because they're just not going to sign up to TKO. You know what I'm saying? They're just not going to sign up. Just like when they had the Showtime had the Super 6 tournament back in the day with Andre Ward, Carl Froch, Mikhail Kessler, and all them guys was in there, and Darrell. And guess who wasn't in there? Lucien Boutte. Lucien Boutte had a whole the IBF belt, I believe. Boutte had the IBF belt, and he didn't join the Super 6 tournament. So when Ward won the Super 6 tournament, many people considered Andre Ward, like myself, we consider Andre Ward the best fighter at that division. But there was still some holdouts saying, well, he didn't beat Lucien Boutte because Boutte was a straight duck. So, I mean, listen, man, ain't nothing finna get rid of ducking, man. You can't make a grown man grow a pair. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is with these dudes. But anyway, man, I'm waiting on these guys to call. I'm sitting outside the store, man. I'm waiting on these guys to call me, and they're supposed to be calling me, but I'm waiting on them to call me so I can get my pick up my watch. I need my watch fixed before I head out of town to the meet and greet. You know how them Movados, man, them jokers be going out, man. Like, I had it for like I had it longer than 5. I'm thinking, when I get that watch, I think I got that watch in like 2017. So yeah, I had it for a long time, but the battery done died in it, so I'm just getting them to fix that up. You know what I'm saying? Clean up my jewelry so I can be fresh to death, you dig? But waiting on them to call me. So I'll holler at y'all in a minute, man. 78 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash that like button and share the video. I'm up out of here though. Deuces.